Hey guys, what's up? It's KlaireeBerry back with another installment of my program. This is the Ahimsa, no, not Ahimsa, although I'm sure I could have made a good acronym out of that. Probably too late for me to keep on doing videos here, but this is part of the Aloha Switch program. Okay, so hopefully you have been checking that out. If not, it is currently on the YouTube playlist. Just check it out from there. If you don't see it there, then I've probably taken it offline. So that means you'll have to go to KlaireeBerry.com and figure out how to get it. Okay, but I want to kind of expand. Kat can't decide whether she wants to come in or out. I want to just expand, just chat with you guys a little bit more. I'm feeling very stripey today, obviously. I just want to talk about, expand on this whole concept of, what you give, you get out of life. You match the frequency, that you're on. That's just the way that it is. And that's what comes out to be for us, the law of attraction. And so basically what it comes down to, I feel like for most of us, is love. Love is all there is. Love is what makes the world go round. When you look at a lot of our collective, traumas and things that are very common that we all go through, it's kind of like at the bottom of it, if you really get down and boil everything down to like we do with the shadow work, why is this pissing me off? Why are you pissing me off? Why are you affecting me like this? Why? You know what I mean? And getting to the bottom of it, it's love. It can show up in many different forms of expressions of love. Oh, they're disrespectful. Oh, they're abandoning me, or, whatever, they're lying. It's all because it's blocking the love. So, if you want to have a shortcut into healing, basically realize that the more love you put into life is the more love you're going to get out of it. And again, this is putting love into yourself is the very first step. It's the most important step because it is a first step. You have to love yourself mentally and emotionally, and then you have to follow through and love yourself on the outside. And by outside, of course, we know, if you've been watching the program, the inner outer, which is something tangible now. The inner outer is tangible, but it's still inside of you. This is how you feel based on, what you eat, what you do, exercise, sleep, all of these things. Your physical body. The state of your physical body, the immediate things you need, pretty much to be, healthy. Okay, so that's your physical. And then of course your habitual. Your habitual is like your rituals. This is what you do, and then it also becomes what you get. That is the point. The point of power starts with the mental and the emotional, because that's the starting point for everything. You're infusing every action with thoughts and energies about it, because thoughts always precede emotions, but also actions, especially. And this stuff is changeable. Now what happens is we get so stuck in these ruts of thinking, and it's very common. I mean, we all do it. We think that the vast majority, 90,000 same thoughts every single day. It's crazy. Okay, so it's we're stuck, but we're only as stuck as our own minds ever are. That's why imagination is so important. That's why Einstein talks about imagine-fucking-nation, okay? So, we've talked about this a little bit already. We've talked about it all, how it's all connected. There's a spectrum. Your bodies are divine. Your pentacles are divine. Everything is divine. It's all signs. Take it all in. Let's get deep on everything. It's about combining these energies. There's no clear, when it comes to our bodies, from your mind to your emotions, there's not a clear barrier. From your emotions to your physical, again, stress is the number one thing for health. There's no clear barrier. That's why I stopped doing vegan shit because I had so much vegan success. I got really obsessed with doing all these vegan videos for the past 5 years. And it's stress is the number one thing. I gotta help in a different way. All my vegan videos are still up. I still promote veganism, still talk about veganism, definitely still a vegan. But I realized that this point of power, this is the point of power. This is what's Eckhart Tolle, the power of now. It's the point of power. It's the starting point, which is the inner, okay? And it combines, all of it combines, it gets meshed in, and it's like, where does your beginning and your end ever begin? Who are you? You want to try to define, we try to define ourselves every day, and it's like, don't even try. You're so far beyond, you're so goddess, divine, material, that you just don't even try to like, oh, this label, that label. No, you are so many things. If anything, you're like Khaleesi, like breaker of chain, da 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 da. These are all your like all sorts of labels all in one. But anyway, little jokes aside, it is hard to say like where your inner. So that's why I say like your inner is your mental and your emotional, and then your inner outer is like that first start of where it starts to get physical. I'm thinking like blood-brain barrier. Like you are starting to have these emotions these emotions and these thoughts affect your actual physical. That's why, again, stress, the most important thing. How we process, it's mental, it's emotional. Then it comes into the surface, and then you have your inner outer, which is your inner physical. So that's like what you eat, when you sleep, and when you take care of yourself on the inside, eat your vegetables, abstain from meat, drink enough water, yada yada yada. Abstain from toxins. And the inner and the outer are obviously very connected, because we know now that what we put on our bodies is actually absorbed, so it's like, this is the energies, like it's like osmosis. I'm getting osmosis. It's like they're just connected, they work together. There's no clear defining lines. Again, spectrums here, okay? So, and then you combine and combine and combine, and then your outer, actually, we always think of ourselves as like, okay, well, no, this is us, and then we end, and then the outer world begins. And no, that's not how it is. Again, there's this spectrum where our energies go off. Our microbiota, it goes off. That's our germs. Our germs go off, our energy goes off, everything goes off. DNA, whatever. Okay? Flick of a wrist. I'm sure like dead skin cells went that way too. You know what I mean? It's like energy goes that way. It goes this way. It goes whatever way. It goes every way. We don't even control. We can't, you can harness it. You can control it. A lot of that is like, reminds me of like Jedi mind tricks or something, blowing out the candle with the chi, love it. But this is understanding manifestation, is realizing that it's holistic, and that what you do on every single level obviously affects what's coming to you, what's coming back around again. It's karma. And it's, even if you don't believe in karma, it's still very basic, because what you do creates results. And a lot of times those are very measurable and very predictable overall. So however you want to look at it. If you want to look at it with a supernatural, metaphysical like side, that's fine. But it's also very practical, which this is what I love about it. It just makes sense. It makes itself known as a truth to me. And I can really grasp onto stuff like that. Knowing it's very clear. Claire. It's like clear and bright. That's what my name means. Okay? That's why I'm here trying to shine my light. Okay, so really, I wanted to get deeper on this though, okay, for this video. And I've already explained a lot of this stuff. We've already talked about it. Habitual, ritual magic. This is where it becomes magic. This is where it's beyond just you. That's what magic is. We think about what is magic. Magic is doing tricks. Magic is manipulating energies. Like, what is it? What really is it? I don't even know. I didn't look it up beforehand. What's the fucking definition? Post it down below if you've got it. But basically what happens is the magic is like, yeah, we can imagine things all day, but it's just imagination. What in the hell is the root word of imagination now, I'm wondering? Because that's obviously very similar, and I've never had this thought. I love that we're working this out together, right? You guys are here. That's so cool. So imagination starts the magic. Starts up here. Okay, so then you go into your emotional and all of this. But that's where the magic happens, is being able to manipulate. You can think you're a witch all day, but you're not going to be a witch until you can actually do some fucking magic, which would be able to prove it, able to show, able to make something happen in the outer not just in your mental, not just manipulate your own emotions. It's not just having control over yourself. But the great part is once you do get that control over yourself, when you start there, then you're able to really create this, habitual, ritual lifestyle that you want. And that's true wealth. True wealth is not money. People think money is like God, and it's fucking not. It's everything. You can't enjoy money if you're on your deathbed, if you're paralyzed, if you're comatose. Like, you just can't. It doesn't make any sense. Any of that stuff. You can't enjoy one without the other. Yeah, you can to a certain extent, but overall. So anyway, what I want to get into actually in this video, and I'm sure it probably discusses it in the title, and that's probably why you're here, like, get to the point, damn it. But I want to talk about, there's a lot that's been said about the love languages, and I get it, and I like it, and it's been very beneficial for me for probably decades, now, or a decade at least, decade and a half, we'll say. But I feel like for me, the tarot is, again, it's magic. It's like proven to me that it's real, that it's helpful, it's beneficial, it's empowering. It's amazing. I love tarot. I'm just going to say that. And I'm very, very thankful to, everybody who's helped me learn tarot and discover tarot and get deeper with tarot. Okay. Talking to you, Sophia, Charles, and also Shakira, Washington. So, okay. I want to get into this within our relationships, within our loved ones, because I know, I don't know if you guys know, but I have KlaireeBerry Sanctuary is predominantly a TwinFlame channel. Okay. It started out as a couple different things, and I've been working it out and figuring out what I want to do with my backup channel. But I'm thinking now that I actually just want to integrate I'm working out my schedule for which videos I'm going to do on what days and all of this stuff. And I'm getting into this idea where I think, on certain days, I'm going to do TwinFlame videos. Okay. So let me know what you guys think about that. Obviously, people, if you don't like it, then whatever. But I'm thinking that that's what's going to happen. Just kind of bring it all over here. I just feel like I want to reach more people. I want to help more people. I want to service more people. That sounds weird. Anyway, pure intentions only. Again, I want to talk with you guys about the love languages kind of meets the tarot. So it's like the tarot love languages. Okay. So this kind of, again, it starts with and it's a good idea, if you have a background, it'll help you kind of understand a little bit more. Okay. I just felt like when you try to differentiate between the different things, there can be so many different ways. And I think it's beneficial to look at this stuff because it's going to help you love yourself and love others even better. Pick up on stuff. And anyways, let's just get started. Start off obviously with the mental. Okay. It's the same thing as the tarot. Mental, emotional, physical, habitual. Okay. Swords, cups, wands, and then pentacles. Okay. Same thing. That's the flow. That's the earthly flow. It's tarot. It's Terra. It's earth. It's the divine mother and her language to speak to us. Okay. So your mental gifts, again, this could be, you got to give it to yourself first before you can even give to others. If you're giving to others without giving to your first, you're cheating yourself. And then what's going to happen is people are going to end up cheating you, not necessarily cheating on you, just cheating you in ways, probably similar to the ways that you're cheating them. You put other things first above yourself. They're going to put other things first. Okay. This sort of energy. Okay. So mental could be a lot of different things. Okay. And it could be gifts. It could be flowers. It could be words. It could be conversation, little notes left, little reminders, just a reminder like, hey, drive safe. That's like an act of love. That's a love language. Okay. Learning together, learning new things, learning about your partner, about another person, experiencing just anything, new things, scary things, exciting things, doesn't matter. Will deepen your love. Okay. And again, deepen your love for yourself and for others. Do these for yourself first, and whatever resonates with you. Like you may be like, I don't care about that. Just like regular love languages, okay? But some things you want to delve deeper into if it pops up at you, okay? Inside jokes are kind of a mental thing, you know? Checking in. And again, keep in mind, this is general categories, but of course it's very fluid, just like everything else. Spectrums, right? So just like checking in with people, just like checking in, touching base, letting people know that you're thinking about them basically is, and you know what, another big thing with the mental is honesty, which is something very basic that's kind of left out of your average love languages. But I feel like honesty for sure is the love language, because you do have to be honest with yourself. And then of course, if you're going to show up and have any kind of love, that's usually like first on people's list, is being honest in any type of relationship, whether it's a business relationship, love, lovers, family, friends, whatever. Okay. So, and another thing I want to talk about that could be kind of all things is just like doing something for another that like clears up their time. So obviously if you're doing something, if you're like taking an emotional or a mental task out of somebody's hand, you know, like, let me do that budget for you. Let me, you know, get this together for you. You know, that is going to be a mental thing. Or you could have it on the emotional level. Here, let me take off this emotional burden off of you. Okay. Any kind of poetry, writing songs, deep love letters, deep, you know, conversations. Lending an ear sometimes could be, you know, sharing your love of other things. Any kind of emotional gift. Like gifts can have different levels too, which is why I wanted to kind of separate out in this way rather than just like gifts and words, because your words can be very mental, you know, or they can get deeper. It's like totally different things, okay? And again, I think this is very valuable because it gives you a clear idea of like what people may want and like what different types, you know, like somebody may want words and then you're giving them words, but it's not the right kind of words, you know, so it's got to be a little bit more clear here. So that's emotions. And also one thing is like PDA, okay? Because like PDA could be physical and it kind of is in between. And a lot of these, I think, like, if you're a mental, emotional person, you're going to be more on that side, but it's going to be kind of two put together. Maybe you're completely mental. I don't know. I didn't mean that like that. Mental ass. No, just kidding. So like emotional, physical would be like in the middle, and like, well, habitual I think is more for everybody. So either I think honestly your mental, emotional, or your emotional, physical is really like all the kind of differentiation that you need, and it kind of brings this all together more rather than like trying to separate us out. And I feel like with the love languages, just like you have this tendency to look at it and be like, oh my gosh, like they only like gifts because that's our number one thing, so that's going to be like it, that's what I'm going to give them, is like physical gifts. And then you can just really miss the mark because they could want a physical gift that is like totally different. And not just like, oh, I wanted that or I wanted this, like actual product, but it's more like what type of gift. And so this system kind of takes you a little bit more deeper into like, if you're going to give a gift, if you want to give a gift, if you can give a gift, this helps you zone in on, well, maybe what kind of a gift somebody would be more likely to want to receive, if that makes sense. And you can kind of tell, you know, if people are more mental, they're probably an air sign. They're probably, you know, sun sign of a Gemini or an Aquarius, you know, usually. That's not a hard and fast rule. Don't mark me on that, because obviously our moon signs and even other signs can really play into who we are. And again, it's usually a combination. We're never just one thing. So that's why I don't like to think about it as just physical, just this, just quality time. Because again, you can be spending time with someone, but are you spending emotional time, mental time? Are you spending physical time with them? Like, hey. So moving on to the physical on that note, again, you could be taking somebody's physical duties off them to relieve them, and that would be a physical thing. Obviously anything sexual, anything sensual, cuddling, even just holding hands, you know, massages. And it doesn't have to be you. You could be physically buying, you know, this for your person or whoever. Any kind of, you can actually do the gifts, you know, like material gifts can still be physical if it's like something like a blanket or, you know, something that you wear. And obviously, like I said before, there's a spectrum and these things can intermingle for sure. But I think it just gives you this kind of idea more like, okay, well, they do like emotional gifts. You know, obviously this is an emotional person. So even if I'm going to give them my time, let's make it emotional. If I'm going to give them a gift, let's make it more emotional. And it helps you. It's just very helpful. And again, for yourself, bottom line, first up is you. So do this for yourself and think about for yourself. Am I a more mental person? Am I a more water sign person? Emotional? Am I a more Aries? Maybe more physical or whatever. Go with the flow with what you resonate with. And again, different modes, different moods, different astrological time frames, all of this stuff will kind of, affect our flow and which one we're leaning towards at any given moment as well. And so sometimes you just got to go with your instinct because you don't know all the shit. You can't even imagine like what they actually want. You can't read minds. So you just go with the flow. What you like to give sometimes is the best thing because then you put your heart and soul into it. Your mind, body, and your spirit into it. Sometimes those are the best gifts that kind of combine all three. Okay. So again, that physical can go so deep too, like even beyond just like massage into different healing arts. Do this for yourself. Give the gift of healing arts to other people, in whatever form that means for you. Again, like I said, any gifts of comfort, even just the service too can really, like I said, help out somebody physically. You're taking care of them while they're sick. You're physically picking up some kid from school or whatever. Some kid. So, and again, I think when it comes down to it, a lot of us are really, the habitual side of it, the pentacle side, that would be the logical next step from mental, emotional, physical back to the habitual. And this is all the little things. But again, this is really showing up for yourself first. This is, what is it? What do we say? Profess. Your habitual energies are purposeful, reputational, occupational, financial, environmental, social, and survival, like long term. So these are, and again, if that doesn't resonate with you, you can always watch the most previous video in the program or just in the videos to kind of explain what those mean on a deeper level. But assuming you came here from there, like I said, just go back there if you didn't get that. So the habitual are things that, you would want to give over time to yourself, first and foremost. But it also helps you show up for other people, because like you can't give gifts if you can't pay for them. Or, if you're so, stressed out about your home life that you can't even, have company over or even function. You know what I mean? Like it's all connected. And I just wanted to share this with you, like I said, so that you can love yourselves better, know yourselves better, know others, and love others better as well. Because again, what you give is what you get. So not only giving to yourself, but also what you give out is what you get back on this habitual side, on this habitual ritual side. So again, what I just said, your purpose, your job, your money, your feng shui, your reputation, your social, your even your close friends and family, and just how everything is going to keep on flowing for you, your future karma. It's all connected. So it's very holistic. It cannot be divided. It cannot be, we're so taught to do that in this society. Let's just pick out let's look at this little tiny thing with a microscope because it's science and let's figure it out. No, it's about all of it together. Like that is the secret. Okay. That's the real secret. So show up for yourself so that you can show up for others, whoever that may be in your life. Even if it's somebody in the future that you haven't even met yet, you will open up worlds to yourself by treating yourself the best way that you can. And again, it's figuring out at any given time what you need. And what we need is it's very easy to pinpoint by following the feelings. The feelings are the guide. They guide you to your passion. They guide you to what you don't want. If you're feeling any kind of negative feeling, you have to delve into it. You have to deal with it. You cannot run from it. You cannot hide. It's so funny how scared of our emotions. I'm just getting Ron Swanson energy so much right now. Like, we are so scared to be with our own emotions. It's almost crazy. But when you're open and you're honest, again, with yourself, that just really helps you. And that's the first step. You know, honesty was on our mental level. That's the first step, being honest with yourself, or nobody's going to be honest with you. Okay, so I hope you got something out of this video. Hope you love it. Let me know down below. I'm going to go. I will talk to you guys so soon. I hope you enjoy it. Again, find me all over social media. I'll talk to you later. Bye.